Here is the president speaking about a little bit on the ballroom, as well as what these tariffs are going to mean for our economy. Here we go.
European nations got together, we made a deal, and it was all based without the tariffs. You could have never made the deal. I'll tell you what, tariffs equal national security. Remember that. Tariffs equal national security. You got to remember that. And they also equal wealth for our nation, because we've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars in a very friendly manner, given to us by nations that used to take it from us. And they used tariffs on us. We never used it on them because we were foolish. Or we were led by people that weren't business people. But it really does. It equals national security. And I wouldn't have put out, I mentioned 8 wars, 9 coming. Of the 8, 5 were based solely on trade and tariffs. India, Pakistan were going at it. 2 nuclear powers, and serious nuclear. 7 planes shot down. They were ready to go, and I called them up. I said, you go to war, and we're not doing a trade deal. And they said, well, what does one thing have to do with the other? I said, it has a lot. You're nuclear powers, and if you do it, we're not doing a trade deal. And 24 hours later, they called me, we have decided not to do it. We stopped the war. We stopped a potential disaster, a nuclear disaster, because of trade. And it's been really amazing. But the tariffs have made us a wealthy country. They've given us tremendous defense. They've given us things that we can do for other countries, very positive. But again, really, it's national security, it's national defense, and they are so important. And it's incredible that presidents, for the most part, didn't know how to use them, when to use them. If you go back, you'll see some of the presidents that were the most successful were believers in tariffs. And I even see foreign countries now that we are doing very well with taking ads. Don't go with tariffs. They're taking ads. I saw an ad last night from Canada. If I was Canada, I'd take that same ad also. But they're actually on television taking ads. But I do believe that everybody's too smart for that. We have a very, very big and important case coming up. We should win the case based on the legal merit. We should also win the case based on all of the things I just said. But we're a wealthy country again. Last week, as you know, they found $31 billion. They came to see me, sir. We found $31 billion. They said, we don't know why. I said, was this a good find or a bad find? It was a good find. It was a plus 31. We're used to finding negative 31s, right, for the last 30 years. I said, check the tariff shelf. Well, those tariffs haven't kicked in. Yes, they did. They kicked in 2 months ago. Check it. He comes back 2 hours later. Sir, you were right. We have an additional $31 billion, billion, not million, Lindsay, billion, that we just found from tariffs. They kicked in earlier than we thought. You were right. We're a wealthy nation again, and we're a nation that can be secure. We're a nation that can start paying down our debt. And with tariffs, we're the wealthiest nation ever in the history of the world. Without them, we've got to slog. We've got to slog. But remember this, other nations, including China, Japan, European nations, they used tariffs against us for many years. That's why we owe $37 trillion. That's why. But they used tariffs very successfully against us, and we had presidents that never fought it. But now you have a president that does fight it. So I just want to welcome you to...
Oh, that's great. So, a lot from him there in the Rose Garden today. It is wonderful that he's able to make these tariffs work. He's thinking about it in different ways. We actually wrote a piece on this. It came out this week in 76 Research. I encourage you to go over there, 76research.com. You can learn more at 76portfolios.com, because you see there, these are our key portfolios: American Resilience, Inflation Protection, Income Builder. These are 3 portfolios that we run 10 to 15 stocks in each one of these, and they've seen enormous success. We're pretty good. We're pretty good at what we do. What can I say? If you just want to tiptoe into it, I would encourage you to get the 76 report with code word dollar. Do that today. But wow, I mean, lots of good things to celebrate, right? Lots of good things to celebrate. We got some tariff income. Hey, who knew, right? We've got the Democrats being blamed for the shutdown. Hopefully we can get through this. But I'd say that the plus side is, despite what Elizabeth Warren is saying, you know what? We are going to be able to slim down that government. Thank you, Russ Vogt. over there at OMB. He's been chomping at the bit to be able to do this for years, and the Democrats handed it to him on a silver platter. So a smaller government will likely be the result of this, but you know what? There's worse things that could happen, right? Seven agencies are being affected as we speak with those layoffs hitting. I'll tell you, look, you can't keep going down a path of spending with no accountability and no ability to pay back your bills in the future. So it's nice to see this sort of business approach. I do worry about future administrations for a variety of reasons, including, hey, basic stuff like our freedom of speech. But you know what? We'll save that for another day because I have more coming to you tomorrow in terms of what's going on with Cash and Dan's investigation, in terms of Arctic Frost, and in terms of the 30 million phone records that were, in my view, illegally obtained. We don't have any evidence yet that they got the proper warrants or had the proper sign-offs, because it appears that one Tim Tebow, who was running the investigation, was the guy who both initiated it and okayed it. That is not allowed under FBI code. So we will have more on that story developing, breaking for you tomorrow. I love that you're here. Please make sure that you like, share, make a comment. I do read all the comments after the show, so go ahead if you don't catch this live. Oh, and don't forget to go check me out on Spotify. We're there too with the rerun of the show. I call it the West Coast Update. Thank you so much, guys. Good to have you here. See you tomorrow.